Poppin' YouTube family. It's your boy The White. Welcome back to the channel. Silverback Sillage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Today, I plan to probe back off into a very, very popular clone / inspired by house that everybody talk about, and that's the house of Lattafa. If you'd like to figure out which fragrance I'm coming with, keep it locked. Well, let's get right down to business. Today, I'm here with Lattafa's Maahir Legacy, and it's an inspired by clone of Parfum de Marly Sedley. Well talked about in the fragrance community, but let's jump right off into it. First things first, let's take a look at this over-the-top box presentation. That's your front of your box. On the back of your box, Lattafa symbol and Maahir on the back of it. Nothing on the top. On the bottom, batch code on there. And let's open this thing up. You got your hologram on there, of course, for the authenticity. But this box here, it peels open. Got a little door on it that comes off. They went over and beyond for this fragrance, to say the least, and then your fragrance rests in there. A lot going on with this box. They put a lot of effort into this. I don't know how I feel about that too much. They might have did a little bit of overkill. Let's put that back in there. It also comes with a nice carrying bag. They got Lattafa information, Maahir Legacy, and Lattafa on there. Nothing else real special about that bag. Now here's your bottle presentation. Kind of looks like a chess piece, if you ask me, by the head of the horse on the little bottle, whatever. Real hefty, heavy cap. Fingerprint magnet, as you can see. This is a, I believe, 90 ml or 100 ml bottle. It doesn't really say it on here. Let's give it a spray. And I'm also throwing a twist in today's video. I'm going to compare it side by side with Parfum de Marly Sedley. I still have my sample from my video that I shot earlier on the channel. In that regards, I'm going to let them dry down while I read you these notes. Main accords for Maahir Legacy is fresh citrus, green, woody, and spicy. Top notes are spearmint, lavender, grapefruit, lime, pineapple. Heart notes of black pepper, frankincense, geranium, juniper berry, rosemary. Base notes of ambrox, cashmere, oak moss, tonka bean, and vetiver. And then your accords for Sedley are really, really similar. Fresh citrus, aquatic, woody, and spicy. Top notes are spearmint. Aquatic notes, Hevernorol, never heard of that before, bergamot. Heart notes of bourbon, geranium, lavender, solar note. Then base notes of cedarwood, sandalwood, white musk, and frankincense. Now, what do I get with the Maahir Legacy Lattafa fragrance? Excellent scent, by the way. And very, very good with projection and your CIs that it leaves. Sedley. Now, right off the bat, one thing I can tell you about the Lattafa versus the Sedley, the Lattafa is a lot more spicy in the opening, in my humble opinion, than Sedley is. Sedley is consistent to me with the fruits. It's smoother, and it kind of highlights those aquatic notes and nuances in this fragrance. Now, the Lattafa, like I said, it's more minty in the opening, but not as minty as Sedley is, but it's way more spicy. So that's where the lavender comes in to kind of give it a little bit of that fougere vibe. But that black pepper that's in the Lattafa, that's not listed in the Sedley, is what comes to the forefront, if you ask me. That mixes in with those citruses and a little bit of that lavender vibe. To me, it's not very, very aquatic versus Sedley being extremely aquatic. Black pepper does reign supreme throughout the lifetime of the fragrance when it comes to the legacy fragrance with Lattafa. But as it dries down, to me, it gets very, very sweet. And you do get that abroxan smell, but you get the tonka bean that kicks in where Sedley doesn't have tonka bean. Or if it is listed in the notes, I really don't get that. To me, it's more musky, creamy with that sandalwood, and that cedarwood just kind of teeter-totters on the end as it begins to dry down. Now, when it comes to Maahir Legacy, I get 10 plus hours on my skin. It projects and performs for at least 6-7 of them hours flat out. So you get beast mode projection and performance out of the Lattafa. But as it dries down, it wafts really, really well when the wind is blowing. I've even wore this thing to the gym, and it may be a little bit strong as far as the gym, as far as the Lattafa is concerned. I would have to say, though, it's not redundant to have both fragrances in your collection, but I will say the Sedley is a little smoother. It is just a lot more polished overall. I will say the Maahir Legacy is a little bit rough around the edges, but it's not rough around the edges to the point to where you're like, okay, I'm just going to have to save my money up for the Parfum de Marly because the Lattafa is subpar to my expectations. It exceeded my expectations for the price tag because if I'm not mistaken for this one, I think I paid about $35 or so off of Amazon, which I'll have Amazon in the description so that you can go and check it out and you can compare it because now they also have that same fragrance on Jumma Shop too, and I think it's around that same price point. On a scale from 1 to 10, when I would rate this one here for the spring and summertime, I rate this one here a great 8 out of 10 for sure. Very, very well. I can't say, I don't quite remember what I rated Sedley, but they all about neck and neck. And the same, I would give Sedley the nod as far as smoothness and originality versus this one being a clone, copying off of that. But it's not redundant to have them both. One being more spicy, one being more smooth, more fruity. Both of them last a long time on your skin. So you don't have to worry about, okay, if I spray this one and go to work, or if I spray this one and go to a get-together, is it going to last the hands of me being out and about? You're covered good for at least 8 hours either way. And both of them are mass appealing in their scent profiles. Overall, if you have any other offerings from Lattafa that you think I should get my nose on, make sure you leave a comment in the comments and let me know what fragrances those are, what it could be cloning, or if it's just an original scent by them. But I'm very, very impressed with the Lattafa way of doing things because they put a lot of effort not only into their packaging, they, in some cases, clone the bottle to the fullest. I don't really know how I feel about that because I guess I would feel some kind of way if I was the originator of the original fragrance and then they came behind me and copied my bottle like that. But the quality of oils, time that they fragrances last on your skin, and them delivering on their promise of whatever it is it's inspired by is A1. Other than that, that's my time. Peace.